Hey guys, Rolando Rodriguez here with xgains.com, where we got workouts that work, eats to satisfy, and everything else you need to reach your lifestyle goals. So today I'm going to be touching on a subject that really I've been hearing for years. People talk about it ever since I was in my teens, right? So over 20 years ago practically now. It's a topic that continues to live in the gym and around the fitness world, really. And that's the idea that because you're doing leg day, you have the green light to eat more carbs, right? Or because legs are coming up tomorrow, we need to carb up today for tomorrow. That idea, first and foremost, is just completely wrong. Secondly, it does a lot more damage than good, and I'm about to let you know why. As you guys may or may not have already seen, we had a video previously about how much glycogen, i.e. sugar, i.e. carbs, our body can actually store in our liver and in our muscles. And it's a finite amount of carbs that can be stored in our body for us to use and access when we're contracting our muscles. So carbing up just because you have to do leg day is actually probably doing more harm than good. So there's two options that we have, right? Option one is leg day's tomorrow, so I'm gonna carb up today. Option two, leg day was today, so I have the green light to eat more carbs and replenish the carbs that I used. Let's go with the first option. Leg day is tomorrow. Now, if leg day is tomorrow, there's two things that can actually happen. One, which is the worst possible outcome, is that you didn't work out today. Okay? So today you didn't work out. But because leg day is tomorrow, you're telling yourself, hey, I need to eat more carbs because leg day is tomorrow and I'm going to need that energy. Well, what's going to happen? One, if you've already checked out the video, link below, previously about glycogen and how it's stored in our muscles and in our body, you probably know that if you don't work out today, you're not going to access the glycogen, the carbs that are stored in your muscle as energy. So if you don't work out, you're not going to use those carbs, right? So you didn't work out today, but because you are prepping for leg days tomorrow, you're going to eat more carbs today so you can have those carbs, those extra carbs that you're eating, ready for fuel tomorrow. Well, guess what? If you didn't work out today and you didn't use the glycogen in your muscle, any extra carbs that you're eating that day are just going to be transformed and stored as fat for future energy. So tomorrow when you want to use that energy to explode the extra carbs that you ate, guess what? They're not going to be in your muscles because they were already there. They're going to be in your fat. So to tap in to the extra carbs that you ate the day before to prep for leg day tomorrow, you're going to have to first burn through the carbs that were already stored in your muscles and then tap into the fat. You need to tap into the fat to burn that as energy because that's where the extra carbs went. So that's option one. You don't work out, you overeat on carbs, all those energies go straight to fat. And guess what? If you're not fat adapted, which means if your body's not accustomed to using fat as a primary source of energy or as an easily reliable source of energy, it's going to be pretty hard for you to tap into the extra carbs that are stored as fat in your body now from the day before. So two, I worked out today, right? I used, let's say, 50% of my glycogen storage, okay? So let's say I used 200 grams of glycogen. Now I know leg day's tomorrow. So I'm going to be like the average Joe out there and I'm going to say, well, you know what? Leg day's tomorrow. I better load up on carbs today. Well, because you worked out today, the damage isn't going to be as bad as if you didn't work out. So because I worked out today, I used 200 grams of glycogen, but I ate 400 grams, right? So 200 of the 400 is going to go to replenish the 200. Then I'm going to have 200 just floating around. Guess what? It's going to be stored as fat. Again, you don't need to overcompensate just because leg day's coming up. Now let's say the second example, the second option, leg day already happened. Leg day was today. So You think, hey, I've got the green light to eat more calories or eat more carbs because I used more carbs and burnt more calories on leg day, because leg day is a day that requires the largest muscle group in our body. Well, guess what? No. You just eat whatever you normally eat to replenish your carbs. You don't have the green light to go destroy carbs, especially if you're carbon sensitive, right? If you're carb sensitive, your body gets the carbohydrates, it replenishes it, it knows what to do with it. But if you already have a problem with eating carbs, and if you eat too many carbs, you get fat too quick, leg day is not a day for you to go all out and do whatever you want with carbs and or calories. Okay? On a leg day, let's assume that you burnt through your entire glycogen storage. You still only have a certain amount of glycogen that you can replace before extra glycogen is turned into fat. The truth is, carbs give you the immediate explosive energy that you need to do good workouts. But to be honest with you, okay, we've all seen people do leg day. Most of them don't really do leg day. But let's give ourselves the benefit of the doubt. Let's say that we do a killer leg routine and that we actually scorched through our glycogen storage and we killed the calorie count that day, right? We burnt a ton of calories. If your objective is to stay lean, if your objective is to lose weight, you don't need to go kill calories just because you did a leg day. You don't need to have a crap ton more carbs. Again, carb loading because of leg day is doing more harm than good. Just think about that. The truth is, there is a thing known as supercompensation. If you've been running a low carb diet for weeks, I'm not talking about because you just did leg day. This is 4 weeks, okay? So the truth is, let's say somebody can hold 400 grams of glycogen in their muscles, right? So something like 250, but for just 400, all of your glycogen stores 400 in your muscles. You've been running a low carb diet for weeks, 2, 3, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 12 weeks. Then all of a sudden, you do a carb loading day. I mean, you eat a ridiculous amount of carbs. Actually, you could do for a couple days, 2 days of eating 600 plus carbs or 600 grams of carbs for 2 days straight. When your body could have originally only stored about 400 grams of glycogen in your muscles, all of a sudden your body's going to say, you know what, we don't know when we're going to get these sugars again. So let's store a little more. And you might be able to store 500, 550 grams of glycogen. But that's if you've been running a carb deficiency for weeks. I mean, I'm talking 3, 4, to people might even do it for 12 weeks. Okay? But this does not mean leg day has depleted my carbs so much and I'm going to super compensate. It won't work that way. So stop overeating on leg day. Stop overeating the day before leg day. Just do what you do, what makes you feel good. That's it for now. This is Rolando Rodriguez with xgains.com. That's x-gains, the symbol dash, not the word, gains.com. Leave any questions and comments down below, and I hope you guys have a fantastic week. Peace.